Good morning, students. Yesterday we completed exercise 4.1. Today we have to go through exercise 4.2. First sum. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. Continuation of last class only. First sum. X square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Here the coefficient of x square is 1. So we are taking the constant term as it is minus 10. When I am multiplying, I should get minus 10. When I am adding or subtracting, I should get the middle term. Middle term is minus 3. So when I am adding this, I will get minus 3. Minus 5 plus 2 will give you minus 3. So I am splitting x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. From the first two terms, I can take x as common. So what are the terms? Rest is x minus 5. From the second two terms, I can take 2 as common. So rest of the term is x minus 5, which is equal to 0. From this, I can take x minus 5 as common. So rest of the terms are x plus 2 equal to 0. Here first case, x minus 5 is equal to 0. Second one, x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 5 we will get. Here x is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the roots are x is equal to 5 and x is equal to minus 2. Second subdivision, 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here, coefficient of x square is 2. So, we should multiply that with the constant term 6. So, 2 into minus 6 will give you minus 12. Now, we should find the factors for minus 12. 4 into minus 3 will give you minus 12. When I am adding or subtracting, I should get the middle term. Middle term is 1. So, 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Now, split the terms. 2x square. Instead of this, we are splitting as 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. From the first two terms, here 2, 4 is there. So, 2 I can take it as common. Here x square, x is there. So, I can take x as common. So, rest of the terms are x plus 2. Here minus 3 and minus 6 is there. So, I can take minus 3 as common. So, if I am taking minus 3 as common, I will get x. Here minus I have taken as common. So, it is plus 2 equal to 0. If you want to recheck, multiply and check whether you are getting this term. That is minus 3 into x will give you minus 3x. Minus 3 into plus 2 will give you minus 6 for verification purpose. Now, here x plus 2, here x plus 2. So, x plus 2 if you take common, I can write 2x minus 3 equal to 0. So, first part x plus 2 is equal to 0. Second, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Here x is equal to minus 2. 2x is equal to 3. So, x is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, the roots are x is equal to minus 2 and 3 by 2. Third sum, root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Here, coefficient of x square is root 2. So, multiply root 2 with a constant term. That is root 2 into 5 root 2. It is understood as 1 root 2. So, when we are multiplying 5 into 1, 5. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So, 5 into 2 is 10. So, what are the factors for 10? 2 into 5. When I am adding this 2 and 5, I will get 7. That is what our middle term 7. So, just split and write root 2 x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Now, here first two terms when I am taking, I can't able to take the common terms. Only common term is x. So, what I am going to do, this 2 I am going to split in terms of root 2. So, 2 is nothing but root 2 into root 2. I am splitting this term like this. So, first step we are splitting and writing this. 2 is nothing but root 2 into root 2. This x I am writing as it is. Rest of all the terms copy as it is. Now, this is your first term root 2 x square. This is what our second term root 2 into root 2 x. From these two terms, take root 2 as common. Here x square, here x is there, so take it as common. So what are the rest of the term? Here x is left out, here root 2 is left out. From the next two terms, I can take 5 as common. So if I am taking 5 as common, what are the terms left out? X plus root 2 equal to 0. Now x plus root 2, here x plus root 2, I can write it as common. So what are the terms left out is root 2x plus 5 equal to 0. Here x plus root 2 equal to 0. Second part, root 2 x plus 5 equal to 0. In case 1, x is equal to minus root 2. Here root 2 x is equal to minus 5. X is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Therefore, the roots are x is equal to minus root 2 and x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Fourth subdivision, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. In this case, first part without denominator, second term no denominator, but for third term it is given as denominator 8. So first step, take LCM for this. LCM is 8. Here it is understood as 1. Here denominator is 1. So 8. When I am taking 8, cross multiply and write 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now 8 when I am taking to this side, 0 into 8 is nothing but 0 only. So 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. Here coefficient of x square is 16. Constant term is 1. So multiply 16 with this 1. So 16 into 1 is nothing but 16. When I am splitting that factors, I should get the 16. When I am adding or subtracting, I should get the middle term minus 8. So minus 4 into minus 4 will give plus 16. When I am adding this, I will get minus 8. So 16x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. From the first two term, I can take 4 as common. 4 4s are 16, so 1 4 is rest. Here x minus 1. 4x I have taken outside, so it is understood as 1. Here from these two terms, 4x minus 1 I need. So I am taking minus 1 as outside. So I will get 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So 4x minus 1 if I am taking common, I will get 4x minus 1 only inside the bracket equal to 0. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So what I will get? 4x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 by 4. Second term, 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So 4x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 by 4. Fifth subdivision, 100x square minus 20x plus 1 is equal to 0. Try this sum as homework. Second sum, solve. First subdivision, x square minus 45x plus 324 equal to 0. Second subdivision, x square minus 55x plus 750 equal to 0. Try this second sum, both the subdivision as homework. Now third sum, find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and the product is 182. So what are the information given? Sum of the two numbers is given as 27 and product of the two numbers is given as 182. That is, it is understood as first number plus a second number is equal to 27. So what we are going to take? We have to assume both the numbers are not given. So we are taking it as x. So let the first number be x. So what will be the another number? That is, a second number will be 27 minus x. This 27. So first number when I have to subtract, the second number I will get. So second number is equal to 27 minus x. It is given in the question, product of the numbers is 182. That is, product of the two numbers is equal to 186. That is, x into 27 minus x is equal to 182. Now multiply. X into 27 will give you 27x. X into minus x will give you minus x square, which is equal to 182. Now when I am segregating the terms, minus x square plus 27x, bring this to this side, so minus 182 equal to 0. Here with a negative, if you are taking, it is very complicated to simplify. So interchange the sign of this equation and make it as the coefficient of x square as positive. So interchange the sign, I will get x square minus 27x plus 182 equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. Factorize as usual. Here coefficient of x square is 1. So 1 into 182 is 182. Now factorize. I should get the middle term. Like that you have to factor. So 13 into 14 is 182. When I am adding or subtracting, I should get the middle term, that is minus 27. So when I am putting minus a sign for both, then only I can add and write minus 27. When I am multiplying, I will get plus 182. So split the term, x square minus 13x minus 14x plus 182 equal to 0. Now from the first two terms, I can take x as common. So here x minus 13. From the second two terms, I can take 14 as common. Minus 14 if I am taking x. If I am taking 14 from here, the rest of the pending term is 13. 14 into 13 will give you 182. Here plus is there. I have taken negative as outside common. So I have to write negative only here. Equal to 0. Now from these two, x minus 13 I can take it as common. So rest of the term is x minus 14 equal to 0. First part, x minus 13 equal to 0. That is nothing but x is equal to 13. Second case, x minus 14 equal to 0. Just x is equal to 14. Therefore, the first number is 13 and the second number is 14. That is another number is 14. Fourth sum. Find two consecutive positive integers. Sum of these square is 365. So first step, we are taking two consecutive integers. Consecutive integers is nothing but nearby number. So first if I am taking it as x, the next number will be x plus 1. It is given that sum of the squares. So I should square the number and I have to add it. That is x I am squaring. Plus next number is x plus 2. So I have to square that x plus 1 the whole square equal to 365. Now x square I am writing as it is. X plus 1 the whole square, it is understood as a plus b the whole square. So when I am expanding, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So I will get x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 365. Now add up, here x square is there, here x square is there. When I am adding 2x square plus 2x plus 1, bring this to this side, minus 635 equal to 0. Now simplify this part, 2x square plus 2x plus 1 and minus 365 will give you minus 365 equal to 0. Now see the equation, all the terms are divisible by 2. So I am reducing the equation by dividing by 2. So I will get x square plus x minus 182 equal to 0. Divide the entire equation by 2. Now this is the required quadratic equation. We need to factorize this. Your coefficient is 1. So 1 into minus 182 will give you minus 182. I have to split the term in such a way I should get the middle term. So 14 into minus 13 is equal to 1. So I am splitting x square plus 14x minus 13x minus 182 equal to 0. From the first two terms, I am taking x as common, rest of the terms x plus 14. From the next two terms, minus 13, I am taking it as common, so x plus 14 equal to 0. First case, x plus 14, I am taking it as common, so rest of the term is x minus 13 equal to 0. First part, x plus 14 equal to 0, so x is equal to minus 14. Second part, x minus 13 equal to 0, x is equal to 13. Here we are finding the positive integer. Positive integer cannot be negative, so this negative answer we are not taking. Only we are taking that x is equal to 13 is possible. Therefore, x is equal to 13. As it is positive number, negative number is not possible to get the answer. So we are taking x is equal to 13. So what will be the second consecutive number is x plus 1. That is 13 plus 1, 14. Therefore, the two consecutive integers are 13 and 14.